A friend of mine sent me this video by a guy called Hani Quadri. It's quite fascinating, but some of the pictures that they put into their video, it looks AI generated, like this sort of picture. And I have replaced them with the real pictures of the place. So here's a few of the clips, but I haven't used their AI material with it. And I'd like to share it with you and add my own little bits to it and explain my time in this wonderful place called Akhmim.
So picture this. It's 1981. In the modern city of Akhmim, you've got the usual sounds of construction. But then, suddenly, everything just stops. Workers who are digging the foundation for a new post office have hit something really, really hard. And this is no ordinary rock. As they start clearing away the dirt, this massive stone face begins to emerge from the ground. What they just stumbled upon was a secret that had been buried for millennia. Now, to really get why this was such a huge deal, we first have to understand where they found it. See, this wasn't just any old patch of land. This was Akhmim, a city with a history so deep it's been called by many, many different names over the ages.
Okay, so Akhmim is sitting right there on the east bank of the Nile. For thousands of years, it was a major power center. We're talking about the capital of Upper Egypt's 9th province. It was this bustling hub where all these different cultures, Pharaonic, Greek, Roman, Coptic, they all met and mingled. So what that means is that anything you find here isn't just some local treasure. No, it's a piece of a much bigger, much more international story.
You can see this incredible history just by looking at its name. With each new era, the name just evolved. The ancient Egyptians, they called it Kenmen, the sanctuary of their god. Then the Greek philosophers who loved the place, they renamed it Panopolis. That later became Shema in the Coptic language, which finally morphed into the Akhmim we know today. Each name is like another layer of history, sitting right there in plain sight.
So, the thing you really have to understand about Akhmim is that it was a deeply sacred place. That original name, Kenmin, it tells you everything you need to know. This was the primary cult center for Min, the powerful god of fertility and creation. For centuries, this simple fact made Akhmim one of the most important religious sites in all of Upper Egypt.
This is Princess Meritaman. And let me tell you, her family tree is about as famous as it gets. She was the 4th daughter of the great Ramesses II, you know, one of the most powerful pharaohs in history, and his celebrated great royal wife, the one and only Queen Nefertari.
So her formal name, Merit Amun, it means beloved of the god Amun. But the local people of Akhmim, they had another name for her, a nickname that has just echoed through history. They called her the Bride. It was testament to her legendary beauty. And what this really tells us is that she wasn't just some distant royal. She was a celebrated, beloved figure right there in her own city.
And what's so cool is that every single detail on this statue is a symbol, a kind of coded message about who she was. She wasn't just a princess. She was a powerful religious figure in her own right. But, and this is where it gets really interesting, the story doesn't stop with Meritaman. Her incredible statue wasn't standing there alone. Its discovery was like pulling on a single thread that began to unravel a much, much bigger picture of what was buried beneath Akhmim. Discoveries just kept rolling in. About a decade later, a colossal seated statue of her father, Ramesses II, was found right nearby. Then, another giant statue of him, which had to be painstakingly reassembled from over 70 different pieces. They even found a stunning Roman-era statue of Venus, and all of this started to paint a picture for the archaeologists, telling them something crucial. These weren't just isolated monuments. No, they were all part of a single, vast, and incredibly important sacred complex.
And this brings us to what might be the biggest secret of all. See, all these discoveries, the statues of Meritaman, her father, they all point to one thing: the existence of a massive temple dedicated to the god Men. And modern surveys suggest that what's been found so far, it's just the tip of the iceberg. That buried beneath the modern city of Akhmim could be a temple complex that actually rivals the scale of the legendary Karnak.
So it leaves you with this incredible question, right? Could a wonder of the ancient world, an entire lost temple, still be sleeping just a few feet beneath the homes and streets of a living, breathing city? The evidence certainly makes you wonder.
So now I'd like to add a few extra bits about Akhmim that I thought was really relevant. Like, it's the birthplace or even the home of many famous ancient Egyptians. Now, not just people like King I, who took power after the death of Tutankhamun, but also very famous magicians. In fact, this place was known for being the birthplace of Egypt's greatest magicians. And if it wasn't their birthplace, then magicians would come from elsewhere to be in this magical place and learn more about Egyptian magic. It was also the home of Yuya and Tuya. When you go into some of the museums, especially the one in Cairo, you get to see a lot about Yuya and Tuya, who are the parents of Queen Taya, who was the wife of King Amenhotep III. And there are many other people who came from Akhmim. Not only that, but the god Min himself came from Akhmim. And this is a very, very old place. And when you go there and you look at you go into the archaeological dig, you're going many levels down from the ground. They've got these big walls that they've built to support the area that they've excavated. But it's deep underground, and if the rest of the ancient parts of Akhmim are underground, then there is a lot in this city to yet be found. And it's going to be good stuff as well when it is. So that's my extra 10 cents worth on this amazing place. And of course, this is my video footage of when I was there. But I want to go back again. There is so much to this location, which is very, very interesting. This place is going to be excavated eventually.
Yes.